welcome back to the Homespun Annie channel. In this ASMR video, I'm going to do a flip through of the English Home magazine. And this is a British magazine. And when I got a subscription for just to get some inspiration as we fix up our little house and hopefully I might be able to get some inspiration for that out of this magazine, because I really, we're wanting to kind of make this little house feel like an English country cottage. And so anyway, hence this magazine. And if you watched my spring favorites video, did I show this magazine in that video? Actually, I don't think I did. I think I planned to. Maybe I did. I can't remember now. But anyway, if I did, I would have talked about that a little bit. And maybe I didn't. I don't remember. But anyway, that just kind of feels like how my brain is right now. If you watched my last video, then you know that my mom passed away about a week ago now. And so, yeah, just kind of dealing with that and walking through the process of grief and just working through some things and lots of processing, lots of grief, lots of crying. I find right now I'll be okay, and then there'll be a moment where, the tears will come and I'll cry for a few minutes, and then I'll wipe my face and, just kind of take a deep breath and keep going on with my day. So yeah. But, I'm trying to just also continue to do all of the things that I enjoy. And one of them is making videos for my YouTube channel. It's just a creative outlet and, just that kind of creative, therapeutic thing for me. So I'm going to just keep on making videos and yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and start flipping through this English Home magazine. And this one is for June. This one is for June. So and the thing about this magazine is it is a British magazine. So a lot of the businesses and companies and things featured in this magazine are all in the UK, which is really fun. I mean, it's just kind of fun to kind of see, I don't know, just a magazine from England. So there's lots of wallpaper in this magazine, which is so much fun to look at. And I don't know if wallpaper is ever something that I will do, but I do love looking at wallpaper. And yeah, we'll see. Who knows? My aunt, my mom's sister, she used to do wallpaper back in the day. And so she knows how to do wallpaper. I remember her house always having pretty wallpaper in it. And yeah. But I remember she was telling me how difficult putting up wallpaper is, and I just don't know. I don't know if I would have the patience for it. Anyway, design discoveries. Maximize the airy feel of longer days by employing a light decorative touch that focuses on considered details, natural paint prints, and harmonizing colors. Robert James, literary bronze sculptures and water features to enchant your home and garden. And this is definitely Alice in Wonderland. And here you can see the phone number. Looks very different than our phone numbers here in the United States. This is so pretty. I don't know that I would put that color green in my house, but I still think this looks so pretty. And I love the floating, well, I guess these aren't really floating, but I love the idea of like the open shelving in the kitchen. I just think it's lovely. But then also, knowing me, I mean, you have to actually keep the shelves organized. And you know, that's something I struggle with a little bit, keeping my cupboards organized. But I don't know, maybe having those shelves would actually, I would be forced to. I'd have to. In the pink, a happy companion to many colors, a sweep of blush, peach, or rhubarb is both chic and pretty. Now, I have never really been into pink, ever, and I have found that after having a baby girl, I am absolutely falling in love with pink. And it's just so funny, like it was never a color that I was drawn to or anything like that, and now I love it. I wouldn't necessarily, I'm not going to decorate my house with pink, but I definitely could see using like pink accents, you know, doing a pink throw blanket on the couch, you know, having like here there's like pink candlesticks, pink fabric for pillows on the couch maybe. And then, of course, also in my spring favorites video, I showed that I am starting to slowly but surely collect some Burley pottery. And I absolutely love their pink Asiatic pheasants pattern. And that's the main one of their patterns that I'm going to be collecting. And it's pink and it's beautiful. So, anyway, I am really starting to get into pink. Echoes of the past. The creative owners of this traditional Devon longhouse, tucked into the folds of Dartmoor, have given it a new lease of life, while fully respecting its long history and intrinsic character. So, this home is from the 16th century in parts. Okay, so it says the thatched Devon longhouse dates from the 16th century in parts and is settled within a deeply sloped garden. So it sounds like it's been added on to over the centuries. but parts of it are from the 16th century. That's amazing. And then a quote from the owner says, "I rather like the fact that this is exactly how so many people before us would have lived in this room. It's pretty much unchanged." So this room here, you can see, the stones, these little steps in the wood. And that was all original to the house. So cool. If I were to ever go to England, I would just want to be out in the little villages, in the rural areas, and visiting, cottages and houses like this. I would love it. This beam up here was probably original to the house. And I can hear some thunder going on in the background. We're having some very tumultuous spring weather here, and I love it. I love the thunder. We'll see if we get any rain. It's sunny right now, but I can see some dark clouds off in the distance out the window, and then hear some distant thunder rolling in. This is a very pretty color on the walls. It looks to me like a lavender color, but then also kind of gray too. Very pretty. I love this blue on the walls. This is similar to the color blue that I'm painting the doors in the house. This is so pretty too, this mural. It's kind of funny at first. I thought this was a mirror. But then I realized this isn't the same bed as that one. So this is actually just a little doorway. I do love the color of this chair. I would totally have a chair in that color. And character building. Blending classic English and European design elements, Italian-born Martina Romieri has seamlessly updated her home to create a fresh interior that enhances the character of her townhouse. So we go from medieval English country cottage to a townhouse. That is a very lovely kitchen. Nice and big and spacious and lots of light. It's very pretty colors. And of course, more wallpaper. And pink. And here there's pink in the bathroom. And of course, a glorious soaking tub. Someday I will have a soaking tub. At least that's my hope. This is like a very, British bed. I don't really know much about, I'm sure there are historians and people who know. I'm sure there's a name for this type of a thing, but you don't see stuff like this really in the US, even in old homes. But of course, I mean, maybe on the East Coast where there's older, like a lot older homes, but it's very interesting. I kind of want to know if there's a certain name for this. I mean, the little description just says bed canopy, so maybe there's not an official name for that, but so, and I keep hearing more and more thunder. I doubt you can hear it in the microphone. History in color. Lilia, I cannot pronounce her last name. Lilia used her creative skills to the full when she reinvented a lackluster country house interior with vibrant ideas drawn from her childhood. Again, I love this color blue. So the color is called Bone China Blue by Farrow and Ball, which I know is a British paint company. Another, I don't know if this is a mural or, oh, it's hand painted. It's hand painted wallpaper. This bathroom is very interesting. Fish wallpaper on the walls. I do love the tile on the floor. It's probably vinyl. But yeah, it's a little different. Call of the Sea. Tom O'Shea has reinvigorated his former childhood home for its next chapter as a much-loved coastal retreat to enjoy with his own family. Oh, this table. This table is so cute. And I do love these chairs too. Not necessarily the color, but I love the shape and the design of the chairs. This is a very pretty green. It's very, I think you would consider that modern. Like mantle around the fireplace. But it's a very, very cute wood stove. And I know in the UK they call them wood burners. And here we call them wood stoves. I remember watching a YouTube channel. And it was, doing tours of English homes. And they kept saying wood burner. And I knew they were talking about some kind of heating source. But I had to look it up. And I found out, oh, it just means wood stove. So, yeah, it's always kind of fun to figure out, the different names that we have for things. Style inspiration. Our special section dedicated to interior design and decorating begins here. Behind the scenes. Discover the inspiration for some of the best new fabric and wallpaper collections and the craftsmanship used to create them. I do love textiles. And I could go spend hours at a fabric store, especially like a specialty fabric store, like a quilt shop or something like that, and just looking through the fabrics at all the different patterns. I remember my grandma was a quilter, just a master quilter. I know she would say that she wasn't a master quilter, but I think all of us who have received one of her quilts would say that she was. And I remember, and she was the one who taught me how to quilt. And I remember her telling me one time that she just loved looking at quilts close up and looking at every little individual piece of fabric and at the pattern and the colors. And it was so funny because I would do the exact same thing. And I just remember feeling so happy that it was like my grandma and I, this was something both my grandma and I had in common, and we had no idea that we both would do that. And that's the thing I love. You can look at a quilt from afar to see the big picture, but you can also look at a quilt close up and look at each individual piece of fabric that was used and admire the patterns and stuff. So yes, I would say I probably got my love of fabric and textiles from my grandma. This is really pretty. I love this color. Townhouse Design Solutions. Leading designers have deftly introduced space, light, storage, and most of all style into the sometimes tricky interiors of these archetypal urban homes. And again, here's like a very modern mantle. And I just don't dig that. If I'm going to have a mantle, it's going to look old. And it will be wood. Oh, see, this bathroom is so pretty. I love the dark blue. And it looks like there's some wallpaper behind the mirrors. So we have a very tiny little bathroom, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in any other videos. We are adding a second full bathroom, but our current bathroom just has the toilet and the shower, and then the sink for the bathroom is outside in the entryway to the house, which is also the laundry room and the mudroom. So anyway, we currently have a very small bathroom, and I have been seeing and reading that with those small spaces, people have been doing very dark paint colors or very dark wallpaper. And so that's my plan for our little bathroom. And I even looked at a dark blue color like this, and I painted some of it onto the wall to see. And I also was looking at like darker greens. So I haven't decided yet. I still haven't picked the color. I would love to do a wallpaper in there, but like I said, I've never done wallpaper before, and I just have a feeling I would be tearing my hair out before it was all said and done. So I'm probably just gonna go with some dark paint, either a dark blue or a dark green. I just have to find the right shade. So here's some more interesting wallpaper. This is a really interesting, I'm guessing you're supposed to put like fabric or netting or something over that, but they just left it blank or left it bare. You might hear Lucy making little noises in the background. She's taking a nap currently, and she's stirring a little bit. Love old wood beams in houses. Absolutely love them. More wallpaper. And more wallpaper. And this looks like it's hand-painted wallpaper. And more down here. It's interesting because, you know, like wallpaper was in style. I don't even know what decades it was in style. I think in the 60s and 70s and 80s. I don't know if it was so much in the 90s. I remember in the 90s, like, stenciling was really in, like where you would do like a paint stencil around the top of the walls. My mom did that. But anyway, so it's kind of like, and then for a while wallpaper wasn't in, and now wallpaper is back in, and it just makes you wonder if eventually it's going to go back out again. And so all these people who are wallpapering their walls right now, eventually it's not going to be in style anymore. Not that you shouldn't wallpaper your walls. Like I said, I totally would. Oh dear. Now she's coughing a little bit. Anyway, I totally would if I knew I could do it without it causing me a ton of stress. What to do in early summer. Enjoy the halcyon days of the new season with alfresco tea parties, mouth-watering recipes, and minor updates to refresh interiors. So pretty. I would love to have an outdoor tea party. Just something so lovely about it. Now we're getting into some recipes. Oh, here's another one. Courgettes, I think that's how you pronounce it, is what they call zucchini. So that's another name that's different. I remember a long time ago looking at a recipe and it calling for courgettes, and I had no clue what that was. and I thought it was something exotic and fancy and French or whatever, and it ended up being just plain old zucchini. I don't know how much longer. I might have to pause this because she may just very well be waking up. Oh, here they did a wallpaper border. That was another thing I think that from the 90s was not only the stenciling but the wallpaper borders. So I wonder if wallpaper borders are coming back in style too. Interesting. Oh, one thing I love, it's kind of like I'm looking at her shirt. I love the pattern of the fabric of her shirt. That's totally a fabric that I would buy on a dress or a shirt. Time for tea. The ceremony of afternoon tea is a quintessentially English experience with an interesting history that is maintained today. It is often cited that the 7th Duchess of Bedford invented the custom of afternoon tea in 1840 when she requested something to tide her over between lunch and dinner. I'm definitely going to come back and read this article in full. The British have evolved a very specific tradition of afternoon tea that is tiny finger sandwiches, a selection of very dainty cakes, and of course scones served with cream and jam. And here it talks about the etiquette of tea. Different types of tea. Okay. The art of curating nostalgia. Passionate about quintessential English customs, our incognito columnist reminds us to do the best things in life in the most elegant fashion, always with a twinkle in her eye. Houses with character. Properties for sale. Impressive entrance. Described as having elegant proportions, this grade 2 listed country home on the edge of the village of Shenstone has many timeless character details to note. £1,975,000. Then there's this big one up here, it's called Landed Gentry. Talentire Hall. £2,250,000, presenting an imposing hall dating back to the 13th century. Not only grand in stature, it comes with a title, Lord of Talentire. Well, so if you buy this one, you also get the title. That's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Architectural legacy. This is a 5-bedroom Victorian property. Musical heritage. this one up here is The Priory is a Grade 2 listed 18th century home offering an exciting prospect for those seeking unusual yet classic proportions. Then 5 is Victorian Vision. The Cranhams is situated on the edge of the bustling Cotswold town of Cirencester. I think that's how you say that. It's an early Victorian home. This one, Perfect Balance. This Edwardian abode is a generously proportioned 5-bedroom townhouse. Okay, well, that's perfect because she is waking up and we are at the end of the magazine. So perfect timing. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I really hope that you enjoyed this ASMR video, even with the little baby sounds. Hopefully they just added to the relaxing benefits of this video. And I hope you have a great day. If you could please go down and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And share this video with someone else you think would enjoy it. And I will talk to you in the next video.